Is Raid Rush worth your time? Because let's be honest, at a certain age, the cost of a game isn't in pounds and dollars, it's in your time. Time you could be spending watching brain rot, doom scrolling Twitter, or unwinding with your main game. So this week, I gave Raid Rush over 4 hours of mine. And here's what I found. Raid Rush is a tower defense game where each level throws a wave of enemies at your base. You start with 2 guns on your base, and enemies spawn from a portal at the end of the road. Some maps have 1 spawn point, others 2. Before each round, you pick your deck. 8 turret types, plus some special abilities. Turrets can target air, ground, or both, and vary between single target and AoE damage. As you level up, you unlock a hero, a big character that stands on the road and helps with fighting. It sounds like it might get quite repetitive, but it doesn't. The maps are randomly generated. Fail level 3, restart, and it looks completely different. You level up mid-run by killing enemies and picking one of 3 rewards: turret cards, stat boosts, extra fields to build on, or extra road segments to redirect the enemy path. So even if the enemies are the same, how you deal with them is always changing. I think it's very good. There's a lot of replayability. It goes on for about 30 or 40 waves depending on the mode, increasing with difficulty at each wave. The core game is building and reacting. Place turrets, upgrade them, use skills like rockets or barricades, and adjust depending on the path the enemies take. It's not completely passive. While towers do most of the work once placed, you still need to be involved, using the abilities, planning routes, and expanding the map. Different going modes do exist. The story mode moves through chapters, and there's also some rotating challenge modes with different rewards based on an events calendar. There's no energy system, so you can play as much as you want. I dipped in and out depending on my free time. I ran it for over an hour and it felt quite good. Enemies do vary. Some are swarms, some fly, others charge straight for the base and ignore your defences. You'll need a mix of AoE and single target to handle it. I struggled with air units early on, so I'm focusing on upgrading those turrets. Bosses appear at intervals and take a lot more to bring down. Visually, there were no major bugs, the phone stayed cool and performance is stable. The animation and feedback during the battles is very strong. It feels like an actual fight. Some of the enemy models did look a little bit odd, but outside of that, the game looks and feels polished. For the meta progression, there's a lot going on outside the core gameplay loop. The home screen is packed with features, quests, events, upgrades, and it can feel a little overwhelming. I mostly just chase the red dots around. It still works. The game slowly introduces different systems and guides you where you need to be. There's a stat upgrade tree using soft currency and permanent upgrade tokens. I got hard stuck at one point because I hadn't realised I could level up my stats. Once I did, I was able to get past that level. There are leaderboards and a PvP mode, though I haven't unlocked the PvP mode yet. It seems competitive, and I could see it leaning towards pay to win if you care about your ranking. I was just playing PvE, so it didn't really affect me. You also have research which boosts your stats further. Between leveling turrets, forging them to increase their tier, upgrading skills, and permanent stat upgrades, there's a lot of room to improve your deck as well as strategize what you want to target next. In terms of rewards, there are 4 chest slots, and only 1 chest can be opened at a time, with the standard mobile setup, 3, 8, 12 hours long depending on the rarity. You can use the premium in-game currency to speed these up if you want to open them quicker. You get purple gems, the premium currency, and gold, the soft currency, hero dust, chips, blueprints from chests. All of these lead to different upgrades and different unlocks. Ads show up at the end of rounds as well as rewarded ads. I did skip most of the rewarded ads because I just wasn't feeling it, but I do see how they would have been helpful to upgrade my stats quicker. There are a lot of things to spend the money on, different battle passes, shop packs, currencies, turret cards, schematics, and you'll see plenty of pop-ups suggesting things to buy, and it can be quite pushy in that sense. While it does show them as sales, it is still asking for some money. Raid Rush is really solid mobile tower defense game. The best part for me is how every map feels unique. The random generation and the pathing keeps you thinking. You can't just find one build and cruise through. The biggest downside was the number of layers of the metagame. It works, but I did spend a lot of time just clicking red dots without really knowing what I was doing. Still, it gives you a lot to work towards. There's definitely strategy and skill involved. You need to be active, but it's not overwhelming and it's suited for short sessions, even though long ones can still feel rewarding as well. I think a lot of people would enjoy it. Not sure how sticky it'll be long term, but it's absolutely worth jumping into and playing for a few levels. And that's it. Raid Rush, a smart little game with plenty going on under the surface. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more honest reviews about whether a game is worth your time, or at the very least, a quick chat with a mildly sarcastic dad gamer. And today, we game.